And on a side note, I got me a Histronic wire crimper, and it came in this soft case. I didn't really care for the soft case, so I decided to print me off a hard case. What do you think of that, guys? I like the way it sits in there, and I can get to them fairly easy, and it stores everything in a nice hard case. There you go.
Me and the boys were sitting around drinking, we was talking about things that we was thinking, when all of a sudden what comes out of Bill's mouth? Said I'm getting old and fat and slow, and I don't recover like I did before from nights of rabble, rousing and too much fun. Well, I looked around and we all agreed, and I had a drink and I ordered 3, and I staggered back to do it all again. And we made an oath on a rum and coke with the best intention, I'm sure you know, that we would stop this living in excess. We're gonna have one more party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more hell we should be raising. One more party now, one more party tonight.
Alright, got the box opened up, and it looks like it's in there pretty decent. And here's the lock ring and gasket for the sending unit. So we need to pull this out and store that someplace. If I can't remember, it's right there. And now let's pull this tank out and take a look at it. Now, what's kind of neat about these gas tanks is that they have this nice mounting flange all the way around it, and apparently that's the bottom of the trunk, so you can easily take these in and out of a Mustang. But you know, there's the gas filler. The thing I don't really care about it is that the sending unit and the gas gauge, or the gas gauge sending unit and the siphon tube, they go into this little hump, and it's on the bottom of the tank. So boy, you got to make sure that that seals up, or you're going to have an issue. And these do have a drain plug in them, so this is pretty nice. Hopefully nobody ever punches a hole in the bottom of it, huh? Alright guys, that's kind of how it's going to look in there. I mean, it fits just between the rails on both sides. So there is a little bit of a gap here, you know, that we'll have to somehow mount to. The one issue I am running into is this exhaust mount is a little in the way, because I do want it to be back just a little bit further so that I can put the filler in about the right spot. So I don't know, what do you guys think? It looks like that'll fit in there pretty nice. And looking from behind, yeah, I mean, you'll hardly see it back there. That big bumper kind of hides it pretty well. But the 64 tank looks like it'll fit in that spot pretty darn well. Okay, let's lower this and take off that exhaust mount. Okay, it looks like the exhaust mount is held on with those 2 bolts or nuts. So let's rip those off and see if we can't get that out of our way. Okay, so now I have all of this angle iron that I saved from that garage door opener. So let's see if we can use this somehow to mount the tank. Okay guys, I think I figured out about where I want this thing to be. So I marked it here on the frame. And the idea here is that I want to be able to get my hand in here to be able to hook up the gas tube and finish up all of this stuff. You know, I got to drill a hole here and outlet to plug in. And you're probably wondering what I'm doing there. I have this marine style cap that I'm going to use. And I'm not sure if this hose is going to work or not. I may need a bigger end on this side here because that side fits perfectly. This side here is very snug against the tank. But then my plan is to just kind of tee up the sides. You know, kind of have a tee here of angle irons. Bolt to the bottom of the frame, bolt to the bottom of the tank. And then on the other side I'll have probably another tee that just comes in here horizontally and bolts to the bottom of this other tee that's in there just to give it some support. But that's kind of my plan for how I'm going to put this together. Let's see how well it works. Drilling through this steel might be a little difficult. I don't think drilling through the angle iron will be a problem at all though. Okay guys, let's take this thing out for a little test drive again. Let me get these things out of here so I can go get me a drink. And alright, so out of gear, open up the door, pull the choke, give it some gas, and let's see if she'll start. Alright, she started. Let me see if I can find my seatbelt here. Snug it up and remove the brake, put it in reverse. Is that too much choke? Into reverse, back her out. Ooh, I hate when I do that. And it died. Hold on. Put the brake on. I forgot to let down the lift. And then it drags them out, pulls them off with a lift, and I'll have to put those back before I pull this thing back into the shop. Alright, let's try this again. In neutral, set the emergency brake, close the door, let this thing warm up. Turn on my USB so I can charge my radio. Or my speaker anyway. I kind of want to wait until the temperature starts coming up. So that it doesn't stumble all over itself. See how it just doesn't seem like it's getting all the gas it needs until it warms up. Okay, now the gauge is just starting to move. So let's give her a shot and see if we can get this thing out on the road. nice and easy now. So I could go into first. Our turn should be coming up here pretty soon. Yep, there it is. Somebody just ran it. I don't know why these people from Washington love to just run stoplights. They don't care. It isn't their turn, but they don't care. They'll just go. Let's see if my emergency brake will hold on this hill now. Nope, not even a bit. If I've hooked up this thing to this my speaker. my Bluetooth. What is that thing? It works. Ooh, it's getting warm in here. Let me turn the heat down a little bit, maybe. Let's see here. Get this. There's a good song.
Hi, sorry about that wait.
Oh, no problem.
Oh no, you're gonna test me again.
Oh, yeah. What do you think I want?
Something with vanilla and strawberry. Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew, diet or sugar-free strawberry, sugar-free vanilla.
I got it.
Oops, I had ice in here.
Vanilla, sugar-free, strawberry. Okay.
Just finished off this morning's.
Yeah, we can use your number memorized.
Ah, you'll be there.
And then you do have a $5 off. Would you like to use that?
Sure, let's use it.
Okay. So that is Diet Mountain Dew, sugar-free strawberry, sugar-free vanilla.
Yep.
And that covers your drink for today.
All right.
Perfect. And I'll have that right out for you.
Okay, thanks. I don't think I need the choke anymore. Like it was doing anything.
Here's that Diet Mountain Dew.
All right,
for you.
and there's a tip for you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, have a good one.
Have a nice day.
And the window does roll up. Little snug, but it does roll up. Ooh, I'm gonna turn the heat all the way off because it's just way too hot in here now.
Me and the boys were sitting around drinking, we was talking about things that we was thinking, when all of a sudden what comes out of Bill's mouth? Said I'm getting old and fat and slow, and I don't recover like I did before from nights of rabble, rousing and too much fun. Well, I looked around and we all agreed, and I had a drink and I ordered 3, and I staggered back to do it all again. And we made an oath on a rum and coke with the best intention, I'm sure you know, that we would stop this living in excess. We're gonna have one more party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more hell we should be raising. One more party now, one more